Hi guys, it's Miss Adams. How are you? So for those of you who couldn't hear the lesson today or weren't on the lesson today, here's what we're doing. So we talked about green architecture on Tuesday. So the purpose of that assignment was just to get your brain thinking about what kinds of things do you have in your house or around your house that may or may not be good for the environment. Um, Eventually, we're going to build a house or draw a house. There is a couple of websites that we're going to use to help out with that. So I just wanted to get your brain thinking about what is green architecture and hopefully put that on your radar so you can start looking around for examples of that. Today is the first lesson in measurement, so we're going to do architectural measurement. The reason we're going to go ahead and do this is just because it is good practice, and also these are things that you're going to actually see in the real world on how measurements are written, and I want you to practice this. If this is something you like, there is a civil engineering class at the high school level that you can take for this. So architectural measurement is today. Light blue pages are the pages that require an answer or a response, and you're going to write right on the slideshow. I made this slideshow. I made you each a copy so you could put your answers right in there. All right. First things first, do you know? What do you know? All right. So how many inches are in a foot? Okay. So there are 12 inches in a foot. So you just write your answers right in the document. How many feet are in a yard? Three. 3 feet in a yard. How many quarter of inches in an inch? There are four. Okay. How many eighth inches are in an inch? Eight. How many 16th inches are in an inch? 16. Okay. Get the pattern. So how many are in there? And what is the pattern? Can you figure it out? Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to locate the ruler mark. So you're going to move the answer to the place on the ruler. So this is just my way of seeing, can you actually read a ruler? So you're just going to grab the shape and move it to the red arrow that it goes with. So this is with a 0. That's where your ruler starts. This is going to be 1 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. And then these are your quarter inch, half inch, 3/4 inch. So you're going to look at 4 1/4 inches. So I'm going to find the 4, and then I'm going to look for the next one, and there's 4 1/4. So I'm just going to drag that over here. Okay. So that's what I want you to do on this page. And then the next section, architectural units or architectural notations. It's written both ways, so you know the difference. Most architectural drawings use architectural representation displaying measurements, so feet and inches. So example, you're going to read, sometimes you have a bridge that'll tell you what the clearance is, and it'll be feet and inches. So 16 feet, 2 inches, that's how it's written. It means 16 feet and 2 inches. So you always use the hyphen in between, all right? So unit conversion, sometimes we need to know a measurement is only in inches or it's only in feet. So for example, doors and windows, if you go to the hardware store, Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot, and you're looking for a new door for your house or your room, then those only going to be in inches. You're not going to have any feet for that. If you go to get new flooring, they're going to ask you in feet, not in feet and inches. So there's a reason that you need to know one or the other and actually both. Okay, so how to convert those. So a ratio is a fraction that relates to a measurement. All right, so example, 3 feet equals 1 yard. So that's going to be 3/1. All right, the ratio is 3 to 1. Another way to do unit conversions is feet to inches. So 1 foot we know is 12 inches, or it's 12/1. The ratio is going to be 12 to 1. Okay. This is one way. So if I have a doorway that is 4 feet, um, I need to figure out how many inches that is so I can get the right size door. So I'm going to do 4/1 times 12/1. Okay, so we're going to mix those up. And then 4 times 12 is 48. Okay, so it'd be 48 inches. The next thing we're going to do is converting feet to inches. So if I have 2 feet 5 inches, I'm going to convert that to inches. So 2 feet plus 5 inches, 2 over 1 times 12 over 1, okay? So we know that that's 24. 2 times 12 is 24, okay? And then you're going to add 5 inches to that. So you're going to go 2 times 12 plus 5 is 29. And then you always have to have the label, inches as your label. So then on the next slide, we're going to show our work here. So we know that 12 or 1 foot, okay, 1 foot equals how many inches? All right, feet to inches. 1 foot equals 12 inches. So we know that 1 foot equals 12, so 12 inches. All right, 1 foot, 8 inches. So 1 foot is 12 inches plus 8 inches. Okay, then you have your number 20 inches. All right, so that's what you're going to do here. So I would do on this one 3 times 12 equals 32, right? Oh, 36 plus 6 inches equals 42. So 42 inches, and make sure you label them. All right, so that's what you're doing on this side. The next one is because we're at home, you're gonna need some graph paper for this class. And we need to convert using blocks. Okay, so when you're drawing, you're gonna convert from inches to blocks. Okay, so in our case, we're gonna convert from feet to blocks, but that's later on. So 1 inch in length is usually about 4 blocks on graph paper. So how many blocks are going to be in 3 inches? All right, that's 3 inches, 3 blocks, 3 inches, 4 blocks each. That's 12 blocks equals 3 inches. Okay, so if we were doing that for green architecture, I would probably do 1 foot equals 4 blocks. So that would be 3 feet would be 12 blocks. Okay. So then how are you going to do that in here? So show the practice graph paper conversion. So 6 inches, so 6 times 4 blocks equals how many blocks? So you need 24 blocks to make 6 inches. Okay. So then I have 2.5 inches. So I know that 2 times 4 is 8. And then I'm going to add how many blocks? So a half an inch is going to be 2 blocks because a full inch is 4. So then that's going to be 10 blocks. All right, and you can do the rest. The next one's talking about converting architectural units. So your converting units is a really valuable skill. It's something that we're going to use a lot in this class. So you need to be able to convert feet and inches to decimal feet. Okay. So how are we going to do that? So if I have 7 feet 4 inches, I need to make that decimal feet. So I'm going to convert. Okay, 7 feet. My feet is always going to be my whole number, regardless. It's always the inches is always going to be your decimal. If you remember that, then that'll help out a lot. So 4 inches, all right, and then 12, 1 over 12. So basically I'm dividing 4 by 12. Right? So 4 divided by 12 is 0.333. So then I'm dividing 4 by 12, and that's going to give me this number. All right, this is just another example. So 23 feet and 6 inches. So we know 23 feet is always the whole number. 6 inches is going to be your half. So 6 divided by 12 is half, 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 is your number. If you put 23.6, it's going to be wrong. Okay, because that's not right. That's not how that works. Converting 6 feet 9 inches to decimal feet. Okay, 16 feet is always your whole number. 9 divided by 12. Okay, that's going to be 0.75. This is 3/4 of an inch, 0.75. This is a half an inch, okay, 0.5. 1/4 of an inch is 0.25. All right, makes sense? There's a pattern there. All right, so then you're labeling it with feet, always with feet. So our next part is this one. So basically you're gonna create a cheat sheet. This is a conversion cheat sheet. So 1 divided by 12 is 0.083 feet. 2 divided by 12 is 0.166 feet, okay? 3 divided by 12 is 0.25 feet, okay? Does that make sense? So it's just the pattern that we're doing, okay? 4 divided by 12, 0.333 feet, right? So doing that, and then 1/4 of an inch, remember I said 1/4 of an inch is 0.25, so 0.25 divided by 12 is 0.021 if we round up. Half an inch is 0.5, 3/4 of an inch is 0.75. All right, so then you're gonna finish that. And then we're gonna try practice conversion. So on this side, we're gonna convert from feet and inches to decimal feet. So 4 feet, 6 inches needs to become a decimal. For 4 feet is our whole number, so it's gonna be 4 point. And then we know 6 divided by 12 is half, so it's gonna be 4.5. And then the one line is feet, okay, instead of writing feet. On this side, so you're gonna do that all through here. So 8 feet 9 inches is gonna be 8.75 feet, okay? So you gotta figure out the rest of those. On this side, you're gonna do the opposite. So this is your decimal feet, and you're gonna convert that to architectural units. So 5.5 feet is the same as 5 feet, and then a line. 0.5 is the same as 6 inches, so 6 inches, all right? You're gonna do that for the rest of them. 12.125, that's 12 feet, okay? Hashtag, and then 0.25, we know is 3 inches. Okay, this is 9 inches. All right, so look at your cheat sheet, and that's gonna give you the information you need for this one. All right, now what you're gonna do, this is up and moving around. Hopefully you have a tape measure at home. Any kind of measuring device, a yardstick, tape measure, your feet. If you have a size 12 shoe or close to that, then you can use your feet to walk some stuff off. First thing I want you to do is estimate in architectural units what the size of these things are. So the width of a door, pick a door, any door. The height of a door, the height of a window, the width of a window, length of a wall, pick a wall in your house, any wall, doesn't matter. And then do the same thing for your stove, refrigerator, couch, your TV. Okay, and once you have that done, then get your tape measure out and actually measure. Okay, you may need some help. Maybe you have a sibling or a parent that can help you out. Um, so get a tape measure and actually measure those, the width of the door, the height of the door. Once you have that done, then you're going to convert those numbers to your decimal feet. So 2 feet 6 inches is the same as 2.5 feet. All right, so that's good practice. That's what I want you to do between now and Tuesday. The next part is this is an actual house. This is a layout of a house. We're going to be hopefully getting familiar with this. Again, this is just how to calculate the area of a room. It's the length times width. It's really all there is to it. This looks confusing, but like we said, it's 5 divided by 12. Gives you your decimal, all right? So we're going to practice this. This is a little bit bigger. You can kind of zoom in if you need to. These are the measurements you're going to use for this page. So for example, the master bedroom is 13 feet 10 inches by 15 feet 0 inches. So then over here, you're going to convert to decimal feet. So 13 feet is your whole number. 10 inches is 0.833 feet times 15 feet and 0, that's 15.0. All right, the 0.0 is important there. Then you're going to multiply these two numbers together, to make 207.495 square feet. Now, let me show you something real quick. If you do it incorrectly, say for example, I have 13 feet 10 inches and I just put 13.1 times 15.0. What do you think that's going to do to the number? You think that's going to be accurate at all? So that's 196.5. Okay, so what happens, 196.5 square feet. So what's going to happen? Oops, sorry. What's going to happen if I go to the store and I say, hey, I need 196.5 square feet of carpet. And then I get home and I put that carpet in my house and then I figure out, whoa, I don't have enough. Why don't I have enough? Well, because you didn't do the correct measurement. Okay, square feet is important. All right. Knowing how to convert to decimals is important for that reason. This is exactly why we need to do the correct numbers. All right. So just an example on what not to do and why. Okay. Hopefully that works out for you. Hopefully you enjoy using a tape measure. If we were in class, I would be talking to you about um, being careful with the tape measure. Make sure you don't have your finger in when you are letting it go out and in because you could cut your finger on that. Also telling you that they break pretty easy and they're quite expensive. So don't break your parents' tape measure. If you need a tape measure, let me know and I could try to hook you up with one. We'll see how that works. Okay. Any questions, let me know. Stop in for office hours, and hopefully you can get this done before Tuesday so we can move on to something else. All right. Have a great day.